If you're renting out vehicles and you're using your personal insurance, this video here can not only save your business, but also save you a bunch of time, money, and headaches. I see the same mistake over and over with new operators, Turo hosts, small fleet operators. They assume that their personal insurance works the same way as a commercial policy. And the simple fact is it doesn't. And the first time you put in a big claim, you find out the hard way that personal insurance does not work anything like a commercial policy. So make sure you stay tuned and protect your business and yourself. Let's start off with personal auto insurance. So ideally, personal auto insurance is for your personal vehicle that you're driving around to go to the supermarket, run errands, pick up your kids, drop off your kids, your husband, your wife, etc. Now, the moment you decide to rent that vehicle out to someone, it's going to be considered commercial use, and all bets are off with your insurance. Most insurance policies are going to have exclusions to where they're not allowing you to use the vehicle for commercial use. And the reason for that is they know that the car is going to be on the road more often. So the propensity for you to get into an accident is much higher. So let's say your renter goes out, totals your vehicle. If they total your vehicle and your insurance finds out that the vehicle was for commercial use, more than likely they're going to say that denied claim 9 times out of 10, because insurance companies try their best not to pay out claims anyway. Another caveat that a lot of individuals do not know is that most insurance companies, especially if you have a lien on the vehicle, they do not want you renting the vehicle out. And even with some banks and some financial institutions that lend money out for vehicles, they put in their policies that they do not want those vehicles used for commercial use while you have a loan. And it's been times I've had individuals that I've spoken to where they actually end up getting a letter in the mail from their lender, and the lender saying, hey, you have 30 days to find another company for you to have your loan with, and you need to pay out this loan here within 30 days. So commercial auto insurance is built for business use where you have multiple users of a vehicle. You're renting out the vehicle to individuals where there's higher risk that there's going to be an accident on that vehicle. Commercial auto insurance is also for individuals where you're using third parties like platforms for you to have your vehicle on. Yes, commercial insurance does cost more, but exists for one reason and one reason only. When things actually go wrong when you have a commercial policy, it responds, meaning that they're going to cover you for the claim. Now, ideally, you do not want to put claims on your insurance, especially in your first year. So when you look at your run loss rate, insurance is going to look at your run loss rate and see how many vehicles you have, how many claims you've put in over 1 year's time. And that's how they're going to determine if you're a good gamble or bet for them. So if you have a bunch of claims in your first year, it's a high chance that you're probably going to get dropped. Or if they do keep you on, your rates are going to be so egregious and so high, it's not even going to make sense for you to stay with the company any longer. So instead of them dropping you, they just raise your rates significantly and force you to go somewhere else. But once again, it's going to be hard for you to even go somewhere else, because once they pull your run loss rate, they're going to say this guy's high risk, or he's not really managing the business right. He's not having enough cash flow to actually cover some of those smaller claims. Now, if it's a vehicle that gets totaled, most definitely you want to report that to your insurance, but you want to make sure your commercial policy is secondary to whatever the primary insurance your renter has. These are some real world scenarios where you may get burned. You rent your car out to someone, they don't have insurance. You decide, you know what, I'm going to use my personal policy and I'm going to let them go out and use this car vehicle for commercial use. They go out, they use the car for commercial use, and they get into an accident and wrap your car around a telephone pole. Well, now what happens is if the insurance finds out that your vehicle was being used for commercial use, then they're going to not only deny the claim, but now you're held responsible for paying for that light pole that your renter messed up, because the city is going to want their money for that. And so the police are going to come out, they're going to make a police report, they're going to get everyone's information that was involved in that accident. And now once the vehicle comes back that is registered to you, and hopefully it's not registered in your name, you have your business structured where all your cars are in your LLC, you're gonna send you a bill in the mail and expect you to pay that in a timely fashion. So here are a few of the big mistakes that I usually see with new operators or uninformed operators. The first one being is they assume that Turo or any of these other platforms have them fully covered, which isn't the case. Usually these platforms have very high deductibles because they really only want to cover accidents that are large or significant. They're not really in the business of covering scratches, bumpers getting messed up, dings on doors, etc. They're expecting you to understand that you being in the car rental industry, that's kind of a part of the game. Number two, the second issue that I see often is individuals or operators believing that insurance policies or umbrella policies cover every single thing. That's not the case whatsoever. Number three, this is something I don't understand why people don't do it, but they don't understand or read the exclusions. The devil is always in the details. So the insurance company is going to send you a declaration page, and on that declaration page, it's going to essentially tell you every single thing that they're going to cover and what they're not going to cover. So be sure that you always read those exclusions, be it if you're getting insurance through commercial, personal policy, if you're getting insurance on Bonza, rental cover, whomever, make sure you read the exclusions because the devil's in the details, and that's how you usually get got. So I'm sure you're asking at this point, well, what's the solution? What do smart operators actually do? And this is what smart operators actually do. Smart operators, they use an LLC. They get commercial auto coverage. They have proper contracts. They have clear driver qualifications, and they research and do background checks on the drivers that they're giving their asset out to prior to them ever giving them the keys. And most of all, the most importante thing that smart operators do, they document everything. There's a paper trail for everything from the text messages, emails, phone calls, contracts, pictures, videos. They do it all to see ya. And if you don't know what see ya is, it's cover your ass. Smart operators, we don't hope, we don't wish. We plan and execute. You cannot have 5 cars on a personal policy. It just doesn't make sense and it doesn't look good. Ideally, you can put about 2 to 3 personal vehicles of yours that you're renting out on a personal policy, and you can slide and get away. But even then, you can maybe only have 2 insurance companies. So let's just say you had a Geico and Liberty Mutual, for example. So you could go put a couple cars on Liberty Mutual, go put 2, maybe 3 cars on Geico, and that's it. You can't have 5 cars with State Farm and expect to not get a call. That's just not normal. Your average individual does not have 5 cars on one policy. That's just not the way the world works. As it pertains to commercial policies, there's hundreds of commercial policies out there that will cover you. Ideally, a lot of people say, well, you have to have 5 vehicles. There's no magic number. Usually, though, you want to go with 3 cars at least. That's where it starts to make sense for you. The other piece is some of these commercial insurance companies, they don't want you working out of your home because there's a higher risk and liability when you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars sitting outside your home at night because the vehicles, they view it as the vehicles are not in a secure location. So ideally, you want to have a commercial address once you start getting into commercial insurance. Some of those companies would be GMI, ABI, you have Lancer Insurance, you also have Sonoran Insurance, and that's just a handful of popular commercial insurance that you use. I think Roaming is another good one for individuals that may only have like 2 or 3 that are kind of in that in-between space. So what's great is if you're coming from Turo, for example, a lot of those insurance companies, they're going to want to see your run-loss rate from Turo. They're going to want to see how many vehicles you have on Turo. So they just want to see that you actually have an operating and running rental car company, that you're not coming to scam and defraud them and put in a bunch of claims. Another type of insurance that people don't talk about much, I don't think a lot of people in the industry actually know, is you can use your renter's credit cards. Now, with those credit cards, you have to be careful. They work more like a reimbursement company. And what happens sometimes, and even, those other third-party insurance companies, let's say like a Bonza or a rental cover or a Lines, they can sometimes work like a reimbursement company as well, meaning depending on how the accident occurred and happened, they may request that your renter pay out the balance first before they pay you. So let's say you have a $10,000 vehicle, your renter crashes it, does a significant amount of damage. Let's say it's $6,000 in damage. Your state requires that the damage be 65% of the value of the vehicle before it's considered totaled. So You don't reach that threshold, which would be $6,500, but the damage is $6,000. So Bonza, Lines, or even rental cover, they may request that your renter pay $6,000 to them first. Then what would happen is let's say within 30 days, that third-party insurance company would then refund that money back to your renter after they've paid you off. I know it doesn't make sense, but they do that intentionally to prevent people from committing fraud and just putting erroneous claims in. So if your renter doesn't have $6,500 to pay that's sitting in the bank, then you may have to come out of pocket and pay that for them. But you must be careful, because what you will want is called an AOB, an assignment of benefits. You want them, this should be in your rental agreement anyway. You would want them to sign, and you need to create an assignment of benefits. You also need to be the power of attorney for them so that you can speak direct to the insurance and not have them involved at all. If you're serious about the rental car industry, then personal insurance is not the play. It's high risk, it's low reward, and in the end, the only person you're going to hurt more than likely is yourself. Listen, do me a solid, because 60% of you guys watch these videos and you don't subscribe. If this video helped you, please subscribe, like it, share it, help your boy out, because I need it. I can't get to the next level without you guys. I see you guys are watching them, but you guys aren't subscribing. So I need that love. I need that help from you guys. Drop me a comment. Let me know what your setup is. Let me know how many vehicles you have. Let me know what state you're out of. Let me know whatever questions, concerns you have. What's the next thing you want to see? I'm here for you guys.